doubleheader Monday Night Football. Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading into Houston. Houston 2.5-point home favorites. Over-under set at 42.5. Tampa Bay coming off, like we said, that win against Atlanta where they came back. Houston looked terrible, and now Houston is a 2.5-point favorite. Ethan, makes sense of it.
Yeah, as if. I have nothing here. These are two teams I'm just really not interested in backing. I don't know how either team is going to perform. Obviously, we've seen them do well the last 3, 4, 5 years. But I think they're both due to regress a little bit. The Texans are either extremely good or just mediocre, and there's really no in between. Obviously, last week they were mediocre. I just don't know what to expect here. So I'll give you an over. I think this could be a potential shootout here. I know the Texans only got 9 points last week. The Bucs game was a dead nuts under until really the last half of the quarter. And that kind of put up some flurries late. But I think this game could be kind of an offensive shootout both ways. As far as the side goes, oh, God. I'll lean Texans just because the line's fishy, but I truly have no feel for a side in that game. And really I don't want to back the over either, but it's the way I'd lean.
I hate both Monday night games, so unfortunately my predictions are not going to be backed by a whole lot of common sense here. But yeah, I'm going to trust the fishy line. Houston with the loss, Tampa with the win. Houston's still the favorite. I get it, they're at home, but I'll take a shot on Houston. Again, a game I absolutely hate. I'll probably bet it because it is Monday night, and I'll probably be pissed like I always am on Monday trying to win it back. I'll take a shot on Houston. I do like the over. I mean, Tampa Bay's due to go over, man. They have a lot of weapons. Baker looks great. Ibuka. New Chris Godwin out there, so shout out all Ibuka fantasy owners. I know you were pretty high on him, Ethan. And obviously the Texans have a lot of weapons as well. So I kind of like the over. I mean, I know I shouldn't bet totals, but I'm going to have to find a way to bet this game. And I don't feel confident enough in Houston, even though they are going to be my pick on the show. I don't hate the over. That's probably the way I would lean it at this moment.
I moved off of Tampa onto Atlanta last week. I really didn't know what to do with that game. Atlanta ended up making more sense to me when we got to the show. And it really, I didn't know. Even when we were in the fourth quarter, I didn't know which way that game was going to go. So in this one, I think I am going to take Tampa Bay plus the points. I wish that Tampa Bay's defense was a little better because that Houston Texans offensive line is terrible. Stroud he didn't look good last week. Simply put, I mean, all the receivers sucked. That's more from a fantasy perspective, but I don't think I think Cade Stover led the team with 4 catches, and then everybody else had 1 or 2. So it just was not he spread the ball around when he could. Run game was non-existent for the Texans. So the Buccaneers, they can just plug that gap and just try to rush off the edges. I think they might have some success against this Texans team. Once again, Texans defense actually pretty decent. They were doing pretty good against the Rams, but Tampa Bay just seems like Baker's been on fire. He knows what he's doing, and I trust those receivers out there in Tampa too. Let's talk about the night game. The last one, the Chargers and the Raiders, the 1-0 teams, besides the Broncos and the AFC West, man, undefeated here. The Chargers head to the Raiders. Raiders are 3-point home dogs, over at 46.5. Wyatt, I'll let you bring us home, man.
Yeah, I'm actually okay on this one. Literally, I just changed my mind as I'm looking at it. Hate this game. I mean, Chargers getting hyped for being the Chiefs. I guess maybe Raiders getting hyped for being the Pats at the Pats. I really don't think the Raiders are going to be good. I'll back the Chargers here at the -3. Hate it. Probably not going to bet this Monday night game. I'll probably just lose all my money on Tampa Bay and Houston. But, God, I mean, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I don't think the Raiders are good. I think the Chargers are going to be all right. So give me the better team to win by a field goal. And that's about all the synopsis I have on that game.
Yeah, I actually like the Chargers. It's my favorite play for the Monday night slate. There's definitely games I like more on Sunday, but I do like the Chargers here. I think there's a little bit more overhype to the Raiders win against the Patriots because I think, everyone coming into the season was very high on the Patriots and low on the Raiders, and then to see the Raiders win in Foxborough. Think that was kind of shocking to some. And then the Chargers, I think some people kind of thought, they hang with the Chiefs. Brazil is funky anyway, so I don't know if they're necessarily that shocked. Plus, it was 2 days prior, so maybe people had forgotten that and they had that Raiders win more fresh in their head. Also, I don't know if the Chargers are looking at it this way, but I just kind of am. They already beat the Chiefs. They go to Vegas to play the worst team, should be the worst team in the division, Raiders. That should be a winnable game. Then they go back home, play the Broncos. After 3 weeks, they could be 3-0 in their division already, which would just put them a massive step above that division. That would obviously a ton of games left, but that would give them just a massive advantage to win that division. So, I think this is a huge game for them early, even though they're 1-0, even though it's week 2. I just think, if you can start out 3-0 with 3 divisional wins, it's just very rare to even face your division 3 games to start the year. But to me, it just feels like a lot of effort is going to be put into those first 3 games. It's a very winnable game. Monday night, all eyes on you. I like the Chargers. I think they're way better than the Raiders.
I agree with you guys. I'm also on the Chargers here. Also wanted to point out a fact that the Chargers now have the same amount of wins against Patrick Mahomes in South America as North America. That was interesting. That's a stat for you. I'm with you guys here. I'm not even going to talk about it more than what you guys said. I'm just going to ask a question for like a little side bet here. We got like the number 1 and number 2 picks in Dynasty football in this game. We got Marion Hampton and Ashton Genty. Who do you guys think has the better fantasy day?
Genty.
I'll go Hampton just because he's dual threat. Genty's not much of a threat out of the backfield, so I'll go Hampton. Hopefully he can catch some screens.
This is too. Oh, sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
No, you're okay. I was gonna say I think Hampton, but I don't feel confident about it at all.
Yeah, this is 2 all-time great college football head coaches going against each other.
Very true.
Championship coaches, right?
Kind of fired for cheating.
I think
kind
so.
of.
Yeah. Yeah. Carroll won a championship with USC, right?
Technically, I don't know if it got withdrawn or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
Technically.
I guess you could say the same. You could say the same about Jim, but
Is that Reggie Bush's Heisman? Oh no, wait, never mind. Sorry,
Yeah.
doesn't have one.
Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry Rice, touchdowns galore. Week after week, always asking for more. Bling on the wrist, got the books on the floor. Listen in, cash out, page is swelling. Plays on the field, see me winning, never dwelling. Flagged on Vegas, they know what I'm selling. NFL bets keep the cheesy compelling. Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry